Okay, I wanted to do a quick introduction of a few of the tools inside the Smart Notebook software in order to help you get more comfortable with using your Smartboard. The pen tool, located right at the top, also acts the same as if you were to pick up the pens off the tray at the front of the Smartboard. But up here you can customize what your line comes out as. If you are um, working with, gosh, bumblebees, and you want your line to be black and maybe dotted because you want to show the path of your bumblebee, you would choose this one here. Um, if you were doing a road trip or working with a map and you wanted to draw a line that signified a river, you could choose this one. Um, if you wanted to change the color and make it different, all you need to do is come over to the editing bar and choose line style because we are looking at a line. If you want it to be a line of mountains, or maybe you could use green, and then change your line style. If you want it to be dotted or dashed, that's where you would change it here. If you want a cube, a circle, a diamond, or an arrow to start your line, you could do that as well, or to end your line. So you can really modify it just about any way you want. I'm going to click Save Tools because I want to be able to use this specific green line for the entirety of my lesson, so I don't want to have to come over and recreate it every time. And then all you need to do is write. Also at the top of the pen tool is the highlighters. Um, this is a preset. You can change this to be any color you like. I use the highlighters if I'm working with main ID and I put a paragraph on the page and I want the students to be able to highlight or identify what the main idea is. Um, I'll ask them to use the green, and then if I ask them for 3 supporting details, I'll have different students come up and use the yellow to show me where the supporting details are. At the end, I might have a third highlighter that says, show me the concluding sentence and, the conclusion. They should be able to highlight with some of these pens, which, if there was text there, they automatically straighten. So the children don't have to worry about being perfectly straight because the computer will automatically do it for you. Also here, this is really fun for when I set up centers for reading and spelling class, and I have the students working independently in centers. The Smartboard is one of the centers, and they rotate so that everybody gets a chance to use it. They can come up to the board and they can choose one of these fun pens to write their words with. Let's say they choose the rainbow, and let's say their word is cat. So they would come up with either their finger or with this, or no, they would have to use their finger. And they would just spell the word cat. When we work in centers, usually we're working in pairs, so one student could read the word and the other student could write, and then they could alternate. I've also used the creative pens to cover answers before, and then have the students erase them as they predict what the answers will be. So for example, if I had a word here, I would take the creative pen and cover the word cat, and then during my lesson I would ask them for the correct answer and allow one student to come up and erase the flowers to reveal the answer. This is the eraser tool. You just saw me use it here. Um, very basic. Just select if you want to erase a little bit of area or a larger area all at once. This button here is the clear page, which will delete everything on your page from writing to text and also to images. So I just pop a picture in here real quick. So here's some things on my screen. If you've been working and you don't intend to save the items on your page, just hit clear page, and it's a quick way to eliminate everything on your page. This is the line tool. You can select any of these, and then again, if you choose one, you come over to the editing, just like I had earlier, and again select the color, the width, and the line style. If you're going to use that line repeatedly, you might want to save the tool so that you have it for future use during the rest of your lesson. This is the shape tools. You can choose circles, squares, any of the following shapes and create images or graphics to go with your lessons. If you want to fill it, you can choose fill effects here, line style, and if you'd like to animate the object, you can. You can make it fade in. Let's make it go fast when the page is entered, and we'll have it repeat once. So you really can play with it. It's a lot like PowerPoint. You know, you can rotate them. Really to fit any of your needs. If you can imagine it, Smart can do it really. Oh, what I like to do a lot with some of these shapes is I will use the check mark and the X, and I will turn them into an infinite clone if I have the kids working on something that's going to require them to answer several questions on one page. I might move the images up to the top, and over to the side I would pose the question and then have options for them to answer. And the infinite cloner is a really cool tool for that because you can click on this gray box and use infinite cloner, and then every time that you touch or the students touch with their finger, um, it's going to generate as many check marks as you need until you take it off from being an infinite cloner. So again, infinite cloner here. Like if you're checking properties of polygons, you could say, please place an X by the properties of this polygon, and use the infinite cloner to have those options available at the top.